Hello, this is Bert with the Bread Brothers. Thanks for joining us today. I'm going to show you how to make a quick, delicious raspberry almond scone. I got this recipe out of a Rachel Ray magazine years ago, and since the first time we've made it, it doesn't matter what time of day I make it, it's gone instantly. So I think you and your family will love this one, and it's super simple. So I've got 1 cup of self-rising flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, that's totally fine. Put a teaspoon and a half of baking powder in 1 cup of all-purpose flour and a pinch of salt. You've got self-rising flour. So I've got 1 cup of self-rising flour. I'm going to add to my bowl 1 cup of almond flour. That gives it this really awesome flavor. And 4 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to add all those dry ingredients together and whisk it nicely so it all combines really well. It's important to get that almond flour mixed into your self-rising flour really well, because once we add our cream, we're not going to mix it much. Okay, to the dry ingredients, I have 6 ounces of raspberries. That's a small clamshell of raspberries. That's all that you need. Now I've washed these, let them drain. I even laid them out on a piece of some paper towel to totally get all the moisture off of those. We want to add these to the dry ingredients and make sure that we mix that in and get them all coated in the flours before we add the cream to it. It already smells good just with that almond flour. So I have 1.3 cups of heavy whipping cream, and to that I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of almond extract. That just bumps up that almond flavor even more. So now I'm going to pour this into the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to stir this really carefully just so I don't damage all the raspberries in here. And just give that a mix until all of that cream is incorporated into the flours. Now some of my raspberries have broken into pieces, but that's going to be okay. Now that's it. That's it for the batter on this. I'm going to divide this into 8 scoops. Just big balls right on my cooking sheet. I've lined it with some parchment paper. And I'll just take these and form a nice scoop with each one of these and put them on my cookie sheet here. I've laid these all out on my cookie sheet, and now I'm going to add to the top of them. I've got 4 tablespoons of sliced almonds. I just kind of want to press them down into the dough so they stick. You can see how pretty these look. You just want to eat them right now. The dough is delicious, but we're going to bake them today instead of just eating them. So I'm going to take these almonds and put them, sprinkle them over the top. Makes sense to push them down a little bit, otherwise they kind of fall off during baking. A little bonus for this guy here. He was feeling a little nude. Great. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven. I've preheated the oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to bake them for 25 minutes, but I'm going to check on them at 20 minutes just to make sure that they haven't browned too much. You never know with your oven and your elevation and what it's going to do. So I'm going to pop these in the oven. The scones have baked. I've pulled them out of the oven. They've cooled on the cooling rack for about 10 minutes. The kitchen smells amazing. I can't wait anymore to eat them. I want you to see how they look when they're done. A little bit of golden brown, nice toasting on all these almonds. I'm going to eat this one right now. You could eat it just like this, but we like to add whipped cream to the top and more raspberries. So I'm just going to give it a nice dollop of whipped cream here. And then throw some extra raspberries over the top of this. And let's see how we did today. I want you to see the inside. Take a look at that. The raspberries throughout. I It's soft, it's still a little bit warm. You get the tartness of the raspberries, the sweetness of the almond flour. This is really good. I hope that you enjoyed this. Make sure to like and share and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell if you want to get a notification whenever we drop our videos so you don't miss anything. Thanks for joining us, and bake bread and be happy.